The movie Black Mass has been filming in Boston and Cambridge for the last couple of weeks with a high-profile list of actors in the cast. With the help of some heavy-duty makeup, Johnny Depp certainly has the look of Whitey Bulger nailed down. But getting him to sound like Bulger is another matter. And as we locals certainly know, getting that Boston accent right can make or break the movie. Some films get it right, like the 2006 Boston crime thriller, The Departed.
No why is ever, you understand? You don't know what this is like.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson worked with Hollywood dialect coach Tim Monick to nail that South Boston accent.
Do you know John Lennon?
Yeah, sure. He was a president before Lincoln.
And in the 2010 biopic about Lowell boxer Mickey Ward, who could forget the infamous Pack of Sisters?
I'm his mother and his manager.
You're not my manager anymore, and I'm not waiting for Dickie, okay? I'm not getting any younger.
Who's going to look after you, sweetheart? I mean, come on. I know you don't understand it, but I had 9 kids, and I love every one of you the same.
It probably helped that one of those sisters, actress Erica McDermott, hails from Cambridge. Then there are the not-so-good Boston accents. Diane Lane in A Perfect Storm pretending to be a resident of Gloucester.
Remember, I'll always love you, Christina. I love you now and I'll love you forever. There's no goodbye.
Or Julianne Moore on 30 Rock.
Yeah, that house is never going to sell. I'm going to take it off the market and see what happens in a year or so.
Well, what about your plans? The condo, the store for pale teens?
I can't run a store and make change for people.
Huh? But for some actors, it's an issue of getting rid of the Boston accent. West End native Leonard Nimoy talked about that on Boston Public Radio last week.
When I left Boston, if you would ask me what part I played in the TV show, I would say I was Spock from Star Trek.
No doubt Nimoy could turn his accent back on if he filmed here, if only Starfleet Command was set in Boston. All right, so what does it take to nail the Boston accent? Joe Stapleton is an actor and Boston native who specializes in mimicking accents. And Angela Perry is the founder and co-owner of Boston Casting. Welcome to both of you. All right, starting with accents.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, you've got it all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, describe what it takes to nail the Boston accent.
Well, a couple things you have to keep in mind. You're in a rush. Hi, how are you? How's everything going?
Yeah.
How you doing? All right. And you don't move your lips a lot.
Yeah.
All right. And moving, talking, looking, walking. And those are the couple of things you can kind of keep, when you're first starting out. And the first one you probably want to try to master is, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? All right, we have a couple phrases.
We've
got a couple phrases we're going to put up on screen.
Right,
Let's see.
How's your mother?
How's your mother?
How's your mother?
There you go. Quick. Yeah,
go, let's go.
That's it. You did very well. Yeah, you did
right,
excellent.
Next. Yeah. Next.
You going to Fenway Park? You try it? No.
All right. Are you going to Fenway Park tonight, brother? See you there.
Pretty close, yeah. Even
next.
quicker.
Gee, you're looking good. How are things going for you with that new job?
Job. There you go. Like if you were a policeman, you'd be on the job.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah, right. Firefighter.
But you can do
job.
any accent. Do Chicago.
Well, here's Chicago. The difference between No More Garcia Parra in Boston and Chicago would be No More Garcia Parra. Yeah. Much more in, you know what I mean? Yeah, so those are the kind of differences from that. But,
all right, let's bring the casting expert into this. How important is it to have the character look like the real person? I mean, it's like, Johnny Depp has really apparently nailed it with the...
he's been transformed.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And here he is. Who would have thought that he could ever look like Whitey Bulger?
I knew they could do it.
That's that infamous picture that we've seen so many times.
It's movie magic. It's movie magic. The makeup artists are amazing. But yeah, Boston is great because we have so many characters. We have the Southie guy, the mob guy, the guys from prison, the East Boston guy, and we just pull from that group when we need those accents and that look in these films to make them authentic. Like the sisters, I literally went to the South Shore. I went everywhere. We saw over 500 girls to pull those sisters together.
Really? But sometimes they just get somebody famous. Now let's take a look at the guy who's playing Kevin Weeks. Yeah. You got that one? All right, so he doesn't look anything like Kevin Weeks there.
You gotta get the makeup artist.
They'll curl his hair up.
See him
and
now.
look at
There you go.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Good casting.
I can think of some local Boston guys who probably could do a good job at that.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
the thing. So if it's not somebody sometimes they really do go out of their way to try to find somebody who looks like it, rather than trying to make them.
Yes.
Or the opposite is actually trying to make them look like it.
make them look like it. I mean, either way, movie magic, they can transform anybody, really.
And do viewers want that? Do they want the character in the movie to look like the real person?
I think so, especially when these movies are so close to home. When we're doing these reenactments, like say for The Fighter, I had to find the real cut guy that was in Mickey's corner, and the referees had. David O. Russell was specific that they had to look exactly like the real guy. So there was a lot of matching there.
What is it about an ear? Obviously, you've got a really good ear for mimicry. But a lot of these actors, they just can't do it. I mean, why do they bother? Why don't they just speak regularly?
That's a good point. And I've advised people, it's like, you know what, you get enough to deal with. Try to memorize the script and hit your mark and ignore this and ignore that and be in the right frame of mind. Let it go. Just let it go. It's like another added thing that they have to try to
But whose insistence is that? The producer, the director? Who is it?
Well, it could be any of the above. You know, someone will insist on. Sometimes the actor himself, who wants to kind of immerse himself into the character, and he wants to, and that's part of it. Like if you were doing a Texas guy or somebody else.
Give me Texas.
Well, Texas also kind of keeps your lips very, very tight. You know what I mean? Out there on the plains, they don't move their lips a lot. Boston don't move their lips either. You know what I mean? Boston,
you got the motions too.
Well, I guess you got to kind of get into it. But Boston, that's another thing too. We'll help you with that. So you can't move your lips a lot.
Yeah, ventriloquist.
Yeah, almost like a ventriloquist. Like her mother. She said her mother was a ventriloquist.
My mother. Yeah. Don't touch it. Don't ask for it, and don't look at it when we go in the store.
What do you think the toughest accents are?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, the Boston accent is tough.
It's a tough accent.
And I think that
you have it
because there's so many. Yes,
well, I had it down for my pack.
Oh, yeah.
I had to lose. I was on the radio, I'm on the radio, so I have to. You had to lose it, and it'll come back though. And it's funny, like one phone conversation with my mother or father on the phone, and all of a sudden, hey, how are you? So it all comes flying back. But I think it's a very tough accent to do. I think. But there's basic things you can kind of just take a script and pick some words out, and we can kind of work with it and make it sound just the way it should sound, or close to it.
What the directors will do is they'll have an actor read the script, like they'll have me read pages of the script and then send it off to the lead actor, and he'll listen to the accent.
I'm sure other communities have been horrified at accents too, like the accents in Fargo, which I thought were really good, but I'm not from Minnesota, so I don't know.
People walked out of the original showing of that. And,
really?
They were from there, and now they have.
The wood chipper there.
Well, yeah, but the wood chipper now is in the center of town. It's a tourist attraction. Now they put Fargo on the map. So at the beginning they were upset, and all of a sudden all the money came in because people wanted to go to Fargo and see where the movie was.
I did not think the accents in Departed were good.
I didn't either.
I know that somebody wrote that for me. I thought they were terrible.
The Departed had 3 different accents. The Departed had, Matt Damon's accent sort of came and went, and then Martin Sheen did the JFK accent, which was horrible, and then Jack Nicholson didn't even really have an accent. No. My favorites are Ben Affleck. My favorite are the home guys.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck.
He nailed it in
Good Will Hunting. In Gone Baby Gone. In Good Will Hunting. I mean, these are Cambridge guys that brought it all back. And then the sisters, obviously. But Melissa Leo, Christian Bale. Do you know Christian Bale is from Wales? So he speaks with this beautiful English accent normally. So for him to nail the Boston accent, the New York accent in American Hustle, he's amazing.
All right, give me Philadelphia.
Fluffian.
What?
You're a Fluffian. So you're from Philadelphia, you're Fluffian. That's the only one word I got from Philadelphia. I only spent much time there. New York and Boston and Providence are very similar. Coffee and dog. Take your dog for a cup of coffee.
How about Australia?
Yeah.
I tried Australia once, and an Australian person said, "Don't ever do that again." Now that's not a knife. This is a knife. But anyway, But anyhow.
Emily, I asked my interns, get me a fork. I want to eat my salad. And my interns go, what? I go, get me a fork. I want to eat my salad. And my interns are like, you want a fork?
A fork. Yes, it's fork.
All right, that's good. All right, Angela Perry, Joe Stapleton, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.